Соніком залитые мы.
Соніком залитые мы, дымы як оливы, у дыму пускаем корабли на языках отливу. Соніком залитые мы, достало от лиха магию, заплечник закинуть, хуливо кинуться в плыне.
Ха! Пигери, переливы.
В стену рухнули все стены фальшивые. Соніком залитые мы, и только таким чином мы живые.
Разряд циферблат спыняет свой такт. Контраст набывая увесь далягляд. Это жарт на ура, расклад, разлад, карма, зигзаг, формат, хип-хап. Ды да мы не перешкоды, чіткодами назви городов. Ослодиш природы нам даспадобы, бро. В узор фрактальный вынеси на хвали. У новый узровень не покрыем и спирали. У ритуале виток вызволяє поток. Ды по потоку зрока там життя крутить новый виток. Поміж нечто и ничто. Только один променный крок. Пламенить кров, стос, пара разумелых слов. Порозумет попагато, плыни любов. Мое море, ты не быть у слоумоу. Я был дома и вернулся домой. Пламенить кров, стос, пара поразумелых слов. Порозумет попагато, плыни любов. Мое море, ты не быть у слоумоу. Я был дома и вернулся домой. Разряд циферблат спыняй свой так. Контраст набывай увесь далягляд. Это жарт на ура, расклад, разлад, ландшафт, ньюс узгад. Йоу, лад, хидрихап.
Так, вітаю всех, вітаю Люсі. Мы зараз будзем глядзець Future Game Show. Яно у нас нечакана да нас падкралась. Я не ведаю, чаму так рана, но я вельмі рада, што яно тады так, што яно так рана у нас. Вось. Ну, у нас тут яшчэ вот сколькі тут хвілін? 2 хвіліны. І ў гэты час я хачу падзякаваць Люсі. І вось у нас зараз павінен спрацаваць алёрт за падпіску. Дзякуй вялікі на гэты цудоўны канал, дзеля цябе і дзеля крывчанкі, дзе яна. Вось яна. Якая падаравала цэлых 5 падпісак. Гэта все дзеля вас. Я зараз стрымлю. Вось. Ну і 5 чалавек, якім перапала падпіска. Што за зорачка, дзе скрымер? Так вы ж зорачкі ў мяне. Ну, калі хочаш, я магу зрабіць скрымер сурка на гэты алёрт на падпісчыкаў. Хочаш? Дзе ён арэ? І калі зраблю, я зноў цябе вось тут запущу. Вось. Як-то так. Я пачаму ўвогуле вырашыла гэта глядзець? Таму што я пабачыла, што распрацоўшчыкі Reanimal, гэта гэтай гульня новая ад стваральнікаў Little Nightmares, вдруг нечакана мне напісалі, ну не мне, а всем напісалі, ой, калі хочаце пабачыць Reanimal, ён сёння будзе на этой прэзентацыі. Я такая, шо гэта ўвогуле за прэзентацыя? Я упершыню пабачыла ў жыцці. Не, ну я ведала, Future Game Show раней был, но ён такой был самый слабы з всех презентаций, так что ну хз, ну поглядим, что тут. Вось. Як-то так. Не, шо не. Написала бы им, что уже спишь, и показывали інший раз. Я не сплю, до речі. Я якраз змонтувала весь Liberation. Тех это 5 годин. Там 7 часто. Ну, я поставлю рендериться на ночь, потому что это вельмі багато рендера. Вось. Ну что? 15, 14, 13. Силксонга тут, конечно, не будет, но еще один стрим так марафоним у нас. Дзеля целых 6 подписчиков активных зараз. Дзеля вас все. Ну, мы все тут дорослые. Так. О, гэта вось Клэр Абскура будзе. Новая гульня ад Microsoft, якая там пра дзяўчынку.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts of the Future Game Show Spring Showcase, Jennifer English and Nolan North.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Future Game
Акторы
Show Spring
озвучивания.
Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you probably
Jennifer
know me best as God's
English.
favorite princess and the most interesting girl in the world, aka Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pleasure
Дзяўчынка
to be here in
агучыла
this.
Shadowheart у
How would you
Baldur's
describe
Gate
it?
3, і Нолан Норд, гэта легендарны актор агучкі, ён
To get
у
you all up to speed with the
вельмі
latest
вялікіх
video game news.
колькасці
So,
гульняў гуляў,
as you can see,
агучваў
I
ролі.
won't be braving
Самая
the
вядомая
field
Нейтан Дрейк,
as I'm
конечно же, з
joined by a man
Uncharted,
who
да.
needs no introduction.
І Дэдпул,
Thank you,
з гульні па
Jennifer, but
Дэдпулу.
alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes, it is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake, Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking all the jobs I used to get. He even hosted one of these shows, I think.
Ён пажартаваў, што ён таксама як у кіно, боже мой.
But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes, we
Зрабіў
are
сябе
laser
клона
focused on
маладога, і
introducing you
цяпер
to a new
Бен Стар, гэта
generation
новы
of
малады
great
актор,
games.
You can expect
якой
plenty
везде
of
там зараз
gameplay
грыміць,
trailers and a
і гэта
series of
типа ён.
presentations from
Але
some of our industry's brightest developers. And there's also going to be some world premieres which will be revealed as we work through today's show. No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
у нас будуть як і вже
Speaking of which, we've
анонсовані
got one to
гульні,
kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good
і
people waiting.
анонси.
This is the next
зовсім
project
нових.
from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
Наступна гульня від People Can Fly, распрацоўшчыкаў Bulletstorm і апошніх Gears of War. Альфа-футаж. Штосьці пра динозавру. Якось виживач копний. Знову survival. Ну, так, мода. Вітаю, Ахпатата. Угу. Lost Rift.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Загублений
That was your first look at
Rift.
Lost Rift, which is coming to
Разлом.
Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right
І
now.
ён
if you enjoyed
вийде
The Lost
у
Rift.
раннім
This one for
доступі
more
у Стімі
information.
у гэтым
I
годзе.
feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and it's
Новий
all
трейлер
about
Claire
the
Obscure
character
Expedition
I'm playing
33.
in the game, which is
І ён сфокусований на
now this
персонажі,
giant
якою яна
screen
гуляє,
behind me.
якого яна.
I cannot wait
Грає.
for you all to hear
Nice.
how her story unfolds. But for now, here's an introduction to your new favorite character in video games ever, Maya.
І її звуть Майя.
Lumia is not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here. The dance begins. Al-Yard. Precise strike.
Чым больш я бачу гэтую гульню, тым больш яна мне падабаецца. То бок спачатку я думала, што гэта проста штосьці нападобнае, ну, простая маленькая гульня з баявой сістэмай персоны. Потым я побачыла, што яны робяць гэта РПГ, а потым я побачыла гэтую мировую мапу. І такая, вау. Прыгожая і страшная. Ну, гэта такой, так, стылю іх.
Love to see it. That was a closer look at Jen's character, Mael, in Claire Obscure
Mael.
Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation and Xbox on April the 24th.
Ой,
So
выйдзе
not
ўжо
long
ў
to go now.
красавіку,
I do
праз
hope you
месяц.
get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will
24-го.
crawl through this screen and
Nice.
fight you.
Okay, hard pivot away.
Уже
from that block
близко.
now, as we've got the next game from the horror maestros behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's a closer look at Animal Use Protocol.
Наступная гульня от распрацоўшчыкаў хорараў Stasis.
This place not
You
right.
say that about every place.
With insistence. Wrong. Smell wrong. Smell bad.
Smells the same to
І
me.
яны сказалі, як яна называецца, але я забыла.
Hey, if this
With
isn't
growing
another,
impatience, be quiet.
На што такія вялікія лічбы, якія лічбы? А, у баявой сістэме гэта японская, ну, японская традыцыя. Так у персоне, у старых там JRPG. Так, лічбы дамага, я зразумела. Так. Но пытаться, калі тебе не падабаецца, по-моему, их можно вымкнуть. Ну, я не упэўнена, конечно, гульня яшчэ не выйшла, но звычайна распрацоўшчыкі робяць, каб у наладах можна вымкнуць гэтыя лічбачкі.
Better than smelly cake. Better than run, run, run. Paralyzed terror. Smelly cake, run. Run, 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 run.
Байонета гэта слэшер, вось Animal Use Protocol называецца гульня. У Байонета слэшер, і так, там вялікія лічбы мешаюць. Гэта не слэшер, гэта пашагавае, то бок ты просто нажимаешь кнопочку, і персонажы аўтаматычна атакуюць. То бок цябе гэтыя вялікія лічбы не перашкаджаюць.
Is making a major comeback.
And thankfully, for those of us who want to catch up, there's a remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny on the horizon.
Here's an inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochists among us.
Onimusha, так, гэта старая вельмі гульня з PlayStation 2, ну серая гульня, і зараз вось будзе новая гульня ў серыі, і да яе зараз выпускаюць ремастеры старых гульні.
The name says it's all really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode.
І вось яны ў ремастер дадалі яшчэ новую складанасць пекла.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
Ну, ремастер Onimusha другой.
But some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it. The original game was the first time I was in charge of the direction, so it has a special place in my heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, we've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start, especially since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Capcom's remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is coming to PC and consoles on May 23rd, later this year.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitrogen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favorite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
Наступная зноў якась пашагавая RPG, дзе вы у меху каманда наёмнікаў будзеце змагацца. Сэндбокс, песочница, тактичная РПГ у песочнице. Сами избирайте свою тему, команду. Будуйте свой мех и зарабляйте себе репутацию. Nitrogen Omega. Выйдзе ў гэтым годзе.
A love letter to shonen anime, Nitrogen Omega is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
What, they're remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
Наступны гэта ремейк якоїсь RPG
They did
класічний.
that already.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle game where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a lost JRPG from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea what you just said, but I am intrigued.
Карацей, гэта якась мета-гульня, дзе ты шукаеш загубленую JRPG з 90-х.
And I'm Jacob Dominic. and we're two members of CoinDrop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Гэта гульня называецца ремейк найлепшай
Remake of
RPG
the end of the
всяго
greatest
часу.
RPG
Гэта
of all
назва
time is a faithful
гульні.
recreation of the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know, that one we all know.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon, with an inventory just full of healing potions that you're just saving for the next
Гульня
boss.
починається з апошнього левела РПГ, ти вже повністю прокачаний, з
Somehow
кучою
aren't
там
remembering the greatest
поушенов,
RPG
йдеш
of
на
all time.
фінального боса.
That's okay. This remake includes the original game's manual,
Ось мануал до
Director's
гэтай
commentary.
гульні.
And the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
and even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features,
Гэта
deductive
пазл
reasoning, and a little
гульня
bit of creative
насамрэч
thinking
і
to figure
лагічная
out how to
гульня.
complete the last
Ну,
hour
не
of
лагічная,
this
а больш
epic
як
RPG.
гэта. Докі-докі літаратурний клуб, де треба ковыряться везде, у файлах
Be for
гульні.
real. Who hasn't heard of
Ну, коротей. Ось. Так, деліки лампові. Бувалі гэта найлепшае РПГ усяго
We're still hard at
усіх
work on
часоў.
this recreation of this all-time classic, but we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time on April 25th,
І демка
2025.
вийде праз місяць 25 кастричника. Можна додати у пожадання.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time, yes, that is the title, lands on PC later this year, with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now, I think we've got another world premiere up next.
Yes, we do. This one's an isometric survival game based on a comic by Kyle Starks.
I hate this place.
Well, you can leave whenever you
Наступная
like.
прем'єра – гэта ізометричний виживач на основі коміксу.
Just roll the trailer.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those monsters only exist in your head, they said. Great material for your art. I actually believed them. Until that night. Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
До речі, мені подобається, як виглядає. Як з 80-х музика. I hate this place. Я
I hate
ненавижу
this place
гэтае
is
место.
coming later this year,
Вітаю,
but in the
нервнуре.
meantime, put it on your wish list.
Мод на проект зомбоид.
Now for an update on a puzzle platformer where you tangle with the strings of fate. Here's the release date trailer for Once Upon a Puppet.
Зараз релізний трейлер від студії Daedalic Entertainment і гульні Once Upon a Puppet. Однойчі здарили з лялькой. І гэта пазл-платформер. Немного такой, з немного страшной стилистикой. Ну, я ведаю гэту студію, па-першае, за іх point-and-click квестоў, якія як бы намалёваны як ад рукі, як старыя мультики. Вось, напрыклад, Японія серыя квестоў добрая, годная і вельмі-вельмі добры квест Night with the Rabbit, наш кролик. Ну, мне вельмі падабаюцца. Дякую, Мернера. Мне вельмі прыемна.
That was Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 25th.
Выглядае прыгожа, але даволі тыпова. Здаецца, было шмат падобных гульняў пра маленькую істоту ў варажым свеце.
Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Наступная гульня Revenge of the Savage Planet. Помста дзікай планеты або вар'яцкай планеты.
The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer with our diaper protocol.
Мне соромно за то, что зараз показывается на моем канале.
Co-op train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 power-packed programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including crash test dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious.
Ding Dong! You're dead!
Selfie Scout. Snag more subs, snapping stunning selfies in our proven primo locale.
Everything cheese!
Product Tester. Blow up your feed testing experimental Grob X on space creatures.
You're a freaking animal!
STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges.
Your dick be dogged!
Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash Test Dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock gold lame spacesuit. Bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting demise. Selfie Scout.
Everything cheese!
Product Tester. Reporting any burns, crashes, or mutations. STV Cribs.
It looks like a bad motel! You ain't no shabby! Now you a Ding Dong! Speed it up, Shelly, to the extreme!
Well, that was interesting. Revenge of the Savage Planet is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
This is Anaya, Life After Gods, an action platformer where you chart the ruins of an alien civilization.
Далей мы будем подорожничать по руинам іншаземной цивилизации.
The gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
Боги по-мирному, но мы хотели... мы намагаемся выжить в их свете. До рэчы, калі гэта метроидванія, то гэта ну так, мне здаецца, гэта сапраўды метроидванія.
Anaya, Life After Gods is coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can check out the demo on Steam right now. In fact, you can find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy.
Гэта, глядзі, метроидванія можа быць і платформа, ну, яна і з'яўляецца платформерам, проста ў якім є вялікая лакацыя, дзе ты ходзіш і будзеш потым павяртацца ў некаторыя места, і цябе штосьці... І потым, калі ты знойдзеш там новы ключ, якой адчыняе дзверы, там, напрыклад, чырвоныя, раней ты чырвоныя дзверы не мог адчыняць, або новую абілку, якая там прабівае падлогу. Вось гэта значыць метроидванія. То бок яна платформер, ну, хутчэй усяго яна і є платформер. Ну і грубо говоря. Короче, гэта жанр, дзе ты ложкаешься і потом павяртаешься по локациям, абілкамі, якія у тебя потом тебе даюць. Вось гэта гісторыя. Ну, зноў якусь выжываць. Діно что-то там называлось, я паслухала, фанаты выжывачэй. Калі тут такія ёсць. Ну, у теории метроидвания может быть и без элемента платформинга. Она может быть, я не веду, як шутер виконана. Ну, в теории можно так сделать. Без платформера ты просто заходишь по локациям, стреляешь и іноді там знаходиш, наприклад, бомби, ну, перманентні, які потім будуть відчиняти там або підривати інші двері.
Okay. Deathground is coming to PC later this year, so make sure it's on your wish lists.
Okay.
Deathground.
We're breaking things up with our next section, which is a future game show staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us two mainly, ones to watch in 2025.
And first up, we've got Kingmakers, the anachronistic siege simulator where you drive pickup trucks through cavalry fields in medieval England.
Так, это такой трешачок, где яны взяли сучасную зброю и закинули у средневечье. И гэта выглядае дзіўна.
Hello, I'm Ian Fish from Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming Kingmakers.
Яны раней зрабілі Road Redemption. І што?
In Kingmakers, you travel back to the year 1401 to help the real-life Welsh rebel Owain Glendower conquer England. In reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So, in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are all simulated. Furthermore, all buildings are fully navigable and fully destructible. Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person shooter. Originally, we thought Kingmakers was going to be a cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers, so we're going to simulate thousands of soldiers. And this isn't like Dynasty Wars, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always there, running their AI all the time. Furthermore, we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want to be able to command his armies and fortify his own outposts, so it kind of grew for there. It's now something completely unique, a shooter with real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires, and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game. Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers is fully destructible. You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank. And none of the destruction is scripted either. It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally, we're excited to share that you and up to 3 friends can lead their own armies alongside yours and join in on your conquest of England in online co-op. This is the full campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own fortifications and buildings, and attacking enemy bases, either on their own side of the map or alongside you. We really wanted to make sure that all 4 players feel just as responsive to play as if they were all playing a single-player game or as if they were each playing as the host player, even if your ping is not great. Kingmakers is coming to PC Early Access and hopefully to all major consoles. We'll have more to share about the game later in 2025. In the meantime, please wishlist Kingmakers on Steam. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much to the team at Redemption Road for that closer look at Kingmakers, a game which isn't even out yet, but already has a live-action movie in the works.
I'm already on the phone with my agent. Anyway, I think it's time for another world premiere, so grab your friends, your VR headsets, and your mobile phones for some reason. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
Наступне штось в VR. Прем'єра.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future. And we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there.
Короче, где ты сябар, и сябар тебе намагається розгадати щось, а ти намагаєшся зрозуміти, що він тобі говорить, і не подорваться на бомбі. Ну, была какая-то видно про разминирование бомб.
Precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you. I can see you.
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement installer will continue your work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps them from getting out.
Whoa! Ah!
Elsewhere Electric, a puzzle game powered by two.
Puzzle.
That was your first look at Elsewhere Electric, a cooperative puzzle game where players work together to explore an abandoned facility. Don't try that at home, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. It's coming to PC, VR, iOS, and Android.
All right, this next one's for all you impudent insects out there. If you haven't heard, the cult classic immersive sim System Shock 2 is getting a definitive remaster from Night Dive Studios.
И наступный ремастер System Shock 2.
Your time is running out.
Твой час кончивается.
Where we grow our future. Your weapons fail.
У будучині зброя не працює. Набоїв не хапає. І ти тільки побачиш наше саме пригоже створення. Что у тебя є, это твоя ненависть, твоя індивідуальність. Коли б ти приєднався до нас, ти би відчував себе таким одиноким? Культовая классика 99-го года. Ремастер, заремастеренная, полепшенная. Оригинал, ремастер.
You heard it here first, folks. The System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster launches on June 26th, 2025.
And speaking of good old games, you may have heard about the recently launched preservation program from our friends at GOG. It's a commitment from one of the industry's foremost digital storefronts to maintain and preserve classic video games for future generations.
A noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already part of the program alongside other golden oldies like Alpha Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in, by the way. So, thanks, guys.
For the Spring Showcase, we've partnered with GOG to reveal some more titles that are coming to the program. Who knows? Maybe one of your nostalgic favorites will pop up.
And I'll be in it.
Probably.
Sometimes it just takes a single sound, sentence,
hello, my friend,
or quick glimpse to awaken that emotion, a warm feeling that brings back all the memories of times when all the problems didn't matter. It was just you as a superhero, fighter, racer, knight, waiting to conquer the world. Games are part of you. us. They're a part of culture, part of what makes us human. Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations behind them risk being lost forever. How can we ensure everyone can play games today, tomorrow, and for years to come? Devs share the source codes, artwork, and even collectibles that you own with museums so they don't get lost. Gamers play these games and talk about them. Make them live forever. Vote and share your gaming stories on GOG Dreamlist to help bring more games to the GOG Preservation Program. Games within the program are maintained by us and guaranteed to always work on modern computers. We've already future-proofed more than 100 titles. Today, we are happy to say that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You can play all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
Ось новое. Там еще 4 The Room. Ура! Tomb Raider. Halo 2. Alone Dark pierwszy часть. Серия Ultimate. Vampire Masquerade Redemption. Game Commander pierwsza часть. Jade Outline. Fear Platinum. Privateer 2. Privateer 2. Вот Royal 3. Alien Breed, Crystal Assault. Ну, это новые, які недавно были дадены.
Do us a favor and head over to GOG.com to peruse the expanded Preservation Program library. We've also collaborated on an FGS-themed sale, which you can find by heading to GOG.com/FGS.
І на Гогі зараз розпродажа в эту гульню.
Nolan North, why are you on the balcony? Where's Jennifer? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure myself, but we're about to throw it out to a series of back-to-back trailers while I look for her. And
І зараз у нас буде просто серія трейлерів,
Jennifer!
коли він буде шукати свою напарницю Дженніфер.
We all know why the walls around
Dragon
our capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them.
Souls-like action RPG.
With our faith in the Divine One and the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world. Inquisitor, a word in private.
Треба з вами приватно порозмовляти. Вийде у наступному місяці. Вот на Blasphemous.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations for being exactly where you want to be, here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the ultra suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay up for the masquerade, the party goes all night.
Must-do destination.
I accept your adulation.
Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel.
At Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. Yeah.
Billy Bastard. Окей. North Current Works.
Dr.
Клёво
Svetlov, let's take
выглядит.
this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty. Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
Тактичная штука. Ладно, уже не стылёво. На початку было стылёво.
That's handy. Getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
Короче, я не помню за то, что мы их напали. Ну, экспом якийсь.
Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky, he'll show himself.
Svetlov's cult hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him? Stay sharp. Svetlov could be anywhere.
Светлов может быть везде. Chains of Freedom. Раз в месяц выходит. 15 кастрычника. О, история игрушек. Лялек. Так. Гуляйте разом. Shelf Heroes. Герои на поличных. О, Bionic Bay. Гэта добрая новинашка. От Devolver, по-моему. Керуйте шасси. Не змагайтесь з іншими. Урано. Будьте умними. Демка зараз вийшла на стімі.
Oh, thank God I made it.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
It's okay. I'm sorry. That just took so long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay. What's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And backyard brawls.
She said poop.
Are you okay?
Наступна гульня Suburban Warfare, яна як Rainbow Six Siege, но только ты воюешь какашками, тычами, тушек. Ось. Короче, Rainbow Six Siege для детсада. Мені здається. Тебе. І Fortnite. Neighbors, сусіди. Suburban Warfare. Вийде прайс місяць. Ну,
in Neighbors Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access on April 17th.
We've got the developer presentation for Hawthorne up next. This is a sandbox RPG where you build a whimsical community of woodland creatures. Very comical.
Наступна пісочниця РПГ, де ти будуєш свою магічну коммуну.
Is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters. Celebrate the season's traditions. Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger than the small creature you play. Bringing this nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it alongside our players.
Hawthorne will leverage our experience making some of the world's most beloved RPGs to establish a new genre that blends the emergent fun of sandbox games with a charming simulation of village life. It's a fantasy home you can keep returning
Animal Crossing и RPG.
The different playable species have asymmetrical abilities and limitations. You, your friends, and your NPC followers must work together to complete jobs around the village. Differentiated species, together with procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
Ну, ось я бачу, як зараз махала сова крыльями, і я на нее такі прямые. Тобто не ідея, як волна, просто как форточка вверх. Але спать я ще цікавість. Ну, спокійно ночі.
We have the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure. Follow and support our Kickstarter to help us bring the nostalgic joy that is Hawthorne to the world.
Можете допомогти собрать, точнее, сфинансовать гульню.
A Kickstarter campaign for Hawthorne is coming soon, so keep an eye on the developers' socials for more information.
All right, for the future games show historians out there, this next game appeared at the very end of last year's spring showcase as our one more thing.
You know, Jen, while we're on the topic of history, back in my day when Emily and I hosted the first Future Game Show, it was all remote. None of this real in-person stuff. I mean, you kids don't know how good you're getting it.
Back in your day. Yeah, when did Uncharted come out again?
They tell me 2007.
Yeah, I was definitely still in school.
At least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Новый трейлер Industria 2. У прошлом году яны яе анансавалі на гэтай прэзентацыі. Не знаю. О, дзяўчына-пратаганістка. Якась адвенчура, што? Капітан, сюжетний. Да ну.
Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home. I'm just as stranded as you.
Марлін, мне треба знайти шлях домой. Я так само тут загублена. Но є штаб-квартира Сендера, коли ти мені допоможеш мне помирись, то я могу тебе показать. Мені подобається. Ну, короче, якось алгоритм вийшов з-під контролю. І щось про ізмірення. Industria 2. Що? Була перша Industria? Я не гуляла.
Defy an insatiable artificial intelligence in Industria 2, which is coming soon to PC.
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
As well as some zombies, because why not?
Прем'єра гульні, щось про історію, но воно і про зомбі. Рим пал. Студія Three Friends, Три сября, Берт Вікс. Перебудуй свій дом. Запрошай сябру. Змагайся з ворогами. Ромстед. Ніяк ніякої дати пакуль нема. Як там?
Romestead is a survival game where you rebuild the empire after the fall of Rome. It's coming soon, but you can sign up for the closed alpha at romestead.com.
All right, ready up for our second ones to watch. This time, we're checking in with Compulsion Games' Deep South action adventure, South of Midnight.
О, South of Midnight от Xbox, адвенчура-платформер, якою як бити самим стоп-моушн анімація. І так само у Новому Орлеані, тільки магічний більш.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have like their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey,
Who's there?
up here. You find your mama yet?
Today, we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no
Ребекка розмовляє?
Catfish
Ні.
is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really look for people who were from the South who would have kind of that Southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after we meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji, and he lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric, off-the-grid character that you meet early on, you kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We were awesome audio director Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji is name. He saw things different. He was my shame.
Ну тут, конечно, стиль другой. И вот музыка новая.
I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
He was my brother, Benji his name. He saw things different.
Так, я тут, і коротше, і коли ви збирали повну пісню, то ось це буде історія у пісні.
And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wish list, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
Коли у мене був би Xbox,
South of Midnight is coming to PC and Xbox on the 8th of April and will be on Xbox Game Pass from day one. Shout out to Compulsion Games for giving us a window into that world. Better yet, you can see more from South of Midnight in our FGS Live from GDC post show, which directly follows this broadcast. So stick around.
Okay, now we're venturing into the haunted landscape.
І геймплей після цього шоу я ще покажу у пост-шоу.
MMO, first-person shooter set in a dark alternate reality.
ММО шутер від першого лиця у якоїсь вельми темної постапокаліптичної реальності. Сталкер ММО. Сенсор аномалій. Сталкер ММО. Зона, там было написано. Это так, больше фантастичный. Є ось гэты мутанты, рыбы. Или тут... Короче, а-ля Dying Light. Не Dying Light. Ну, Fallout, так. Fallout, можно сказать, 76 только. Ну вось гэта баёвка мне Dying Light зараз нагадвае. Просто куча розных ворогаў. Опа.
We believe that your appearance was a mistake and will continue to monitor you and
І
your
роботи
progress.
будуть якісь.
Your actions are rapidly changing the course
Тому що я
of
зараз
events,
це
and the general
антидіалог,
vector of
як злий
changes
робот.
is close to our worldview.
Ой, а гэта з Лефорди, да?
Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you too.
Піонер.
That was gameplay for the incredible-looking Pioneer, which is coming to PC in 2025. What have we got next, Jennifer?
Well, we're taking a trip
Выйти
to
на
19th
ПК.
century Brazil to check out a cell-shaded
Так,
roguelike
так,
called
салат,
Hellclock.
іменно вінігрет. Якось селшейдед РПГ. РПГ ось таким ось стилі рисованим. Малюваним. Намалюваним. Пекло. Тут каприді. Як це називається? Селшейдед. Я не ведаю, як перекладається. Ну, на білоруську. Щось його малюваний стиль. Або як комікси. Комікси. Ось бачиш. Ось зараз. На екрані. Hellclock. Годинник пекла. Можете зараз демку спампувати.
Set your alarms because Hellclock is coming soon to PC. There's also a demo available on Steam, so go check it out after the show.
Let's push things forward with a completely different game, one that asks you to be the MVP in PvP vehicular combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no idea.
Anyway,
Далі
here's
якась
Rivals
PvP гульня, де ти ось на колесах воюєш. І вона називається Rivals Hover League. Виключення хутке. Захайверіться до перемоги. Декілька модул у гульні. Ламайте гравітацію, ну, коротше.
Rivals Hover League is coming soon, but you can check out the alpha test on Steam. Time for something scary, I think. Nolan?
На Стімі альфа-тест
Let me
буде хутко.
introduce you all to Finding Frankie, a haunted parkour game show starring a
Жахливі
cavalcade of
Finding
creepy
Frankie
animatronics. Here's the latest from
паркуром.
the game's developers.
Гульня за аніматроніками, конечно же, ми ведаємо откуль. До нас гэта прийшло. Five Nights at Freddy's. Россия. Паркур-парк з аніматроніками. Гэта як жахливий сурвайвал. Ну, навіть не сурвайвал, а адвенчура, платформер.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace.
Напор.
about boosting the ratings. Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show.
Finding Frankie виходить у наступний місяць, 15 числа.
Watch your step when Finding Frankie comes to consoles on April 15th.
Moving swiftly away from that
На консолях вийде 15-го.
We've got a
Мабуть, вона
special
поки
update
вже
from
вийшла.
Tale Worlds Entertainment about their beloved medieval warfare simulator, Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord.
Новий апдейт про Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. DLC, мабуть.
What a brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sales expansion, which is coming soon to PC and consoles.
And sticking with the seafaring theme, here's the latest on an Unreal Engine 5 sailing adventure inspired by Firewatch. This is Will Follow the Light.
All I can see, zeros and ones. I'm running out.
Так, я поспела, я за водой бегала. Тут зараз нове подорожжя, яке було натхнено Firewatch'ем. Гульняў, де ти ходиш і розмовляєш по заповіднику. Ось, і вона так само морської тематики.
I will find you, wherever you are.
Я знайду себе, де би ти ні був. Люблю.
Father?
Батька. Will follow the light. У їх вельми навязчива реклама у Твіттері.
Will Follow the Light is coming in 2025 to PC, Xbox and
Я її бачила декілька разів.
What have you got for us next, Nolan North?
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodle Cat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Гуля правил виживання після Рагнароку. Cloudheim. Свет хмар.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is Agreeable, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Agreeables aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground.
Тобто ви використовуєте фізику гульні, щоб тримати ворога у повітрі і так само жонглірувати цими. І чим більше ви жонгліруєте, тим лепей. Ну, тому що вони не можуть вас атакувати.
While you explore the islands in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim. Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Bring harmony to the realm when Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And be sure to sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.
Okay. We've got another round of back-to-back trailers up next, so keep your wits and blades always sharp. No, wait, not in Faerun. Keep your wits and your wish lists primed. We'll be back shortly. Nolan, I've got to get up to that balcony.
Ну, та я виділа у гэтым годзе. Ну і зараз знову будзе декілька трейлерів.
So did you Nathan Drake your way down?
No, I just cried really loudly and the crew came and got me.
Classic.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak is just another day at the office. Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the worst. Until now. With the best of the best unavailable, it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get the job done. That's you. Meet Agent Red.
Суперсекретному бункері, куди правительство всяких почвар запирало и вывучало, что, конечно же, что может пойти не так. Вітаю, Рейвен, дякую за рейд. Ось не ведаю, колькі яшчэ гэта будзе ісці, но точно у нас будзе реанімал. Вось гульня, пакажуць яе тут. І вось я яе чакаю. Заўшукаў Little Nightmares. Тебе спадабаецца. І вітаю рейдераў. З цікавого показали новий трейлер Player Obscure. Що вам там ще сподобалось? Self of Midnight. Ну, не трейлер, довгая была бла-бла, но все равно.
Welcome, bandits from all over the world. We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested.
Індустрія 2 нам
So we're calling
сподобалась,
on
так,
you to do the job.
Вельми добре виглядає, як пригодницький шутер GTA синглплеєрний.
Your objective:
Там є щось
try to
таке,
loot
я
all
вже не
10
пам'ятаю.
treasures scattered in our prepared house.
Хорроры
And
были.
escape from the robotic
От
hands.
Дайделик был такой немного хоррорный платформер, где ты гуляешь за ляльку. Не такой прям супер хоррорный, як той, який ми бачили на
This little
сонівській
fella packs
презентації, ну,
all the
PlayStation.
skills to achieve
Но все
our
равно
ultimate
немножко.
goal. Defend homes and
Криповенький.
their treasures against bandits from all over the world.
Ну, гэта Bandit Trap, гэта якось типу ПВП, мультиплеерная гульня. Лялькі то місце. О, гэта гульня, новая гульня Raycon Games. Распрацоўшчыкаў Юруінера. Хто не гуляў Руінера, я раю, мне спадабаўся. І у Руінера на ПК є афіцыйна беларуская мова, якую вельмі цяжка ўключыць, таму што у іх у менюшку няма выбара моў. Трэба лезці ў файлы гульні. Но яна там є афіцыйна.
This is exactly what hyper units were made for. Unleash your hyper.
Ну, я сумняваюся, што гэта будзе беларуская мова, таму што у іх у студыі гэтай праблемы, у іх у прошлым годзе былі звальнення таксама.
You know you want to.
Вот, не, Руинер таксама похожий, просто Руинер был от вид сверху, а тут вышел вид от першей особы. И саундтрек у них офигенный.
We are standing on the edge looking towards the unknown. See you on the other side.
Metal Eden. Уже у мая выйдет 6-го. Конечно.
Hello, Cybermyth combatants! Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game
Neon
with a
Abyss 2
cyber-mythological theme. The
pierwsze,
sequel
to
stays faithful to
wyśpiewać
what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself with our single-player open playtest, which is available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
Hey, welcome back. Now let's get back into the swing of things with a world premiere. I hope you like lonely robots.
I love them.
Мировая премьера гульня про
There was no guide for
одинокого
what we had to
робота.
do, no manual for leaving a world behind. But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us.
О,
I left behind my
люди
greatest creation,
улетели
a
с
guardian,
планеты,
a
залишила
caretaker.
тут
Its hands shaped to nurture, its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now, crafting vessels from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into the void.
И он отправляет жильцо в космос. Ладно, Титан. Там была робо-рыба, робо-кит. The Last Caretaker.
The Last Caretaker is a survival game where you bring humanity back from the brink of extinction.
No pressure, I guess.
Survival, де треба
Let's move on and introduce
допомогти
you all to
повернути
Into the Dead, Our
человечество,
Darkest Days. It's a side-scrolling
вырятовать
survival
человечество
game set
от
in a Texas city
вымирания.
devastated by a zombie outbreak, plus an economic crisis and a scorching heat wave for good measure.
Now, stinky zombies I can handle, but hot weather,
Зараз якось
I'm
ці зомбі
British.
виживають.
Absolutely not.
А, і, до речі, про зомбі. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Day. Мені подобається стиль Ну і тое, што ён з сайт-скроллер від збоку. Пра зомбі была, карацей, піянер, гульня ММО, якая выглядае як фэнтэзі... Не фэнтэзі, а сталкер, но именно с мутантами больше мутованными, там с летучими рыбами, и с такими немножко неоновыми колерами. Ну, гэта выглядае як зомби з The War of Mine. Ну, не такая депрессивная, больше там про выживание.
Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days launches into early access on April 9th, which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get excited.
9 красавіка выйдзе ў ранішні доступ у Steam.
Well, if you're looking for something a little more cheery, then we've got you covered too. Locomoto is a cozy conductor simulator where you fix rusty trains and make hot cocoa for your furry friends.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Locomoto — это симулятор кондуктора
Welcome to the world of Locomoto, where your story begins with a simple, rusty train, which will become your new home. You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick a route and drive them to their destination, and while traveling, you can of course service them to make sure they enjoy the ride. Scour the world for resources and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with. Customize the exterior and interior of your train to make it feel like your own. There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locomoto, so immerse yourself in this cozy experience when Locomoto arrives on the 8th of April 2025 on Steam and on Nintendo Switch later this year.
8 красавіка вийде в Steam і потім у вході на Nintendo Switch.
Because Locomoto is pulling into a station near you on April the 8th. That was a real palate cleanser, so time for something gritty now, I think.
Precisely. Here's Karma, the Dark World, an alt history thriller where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an agent of the Thought Bureau. Right?
Karma Темный Dark World. Такой триллер, где ты...
You think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute truth. You don't get to
где ты ковыряешься в головах у людей, как бы вспомины доследовать.
Perhaps even just once given it some serious thought.
Кто там хотел хорроры?
Just what kind of memories make us the people today?
Выходит праз неделю. Простый день, пробачьте.
Unravel the truth in Karma the Dark World, which lands on PC and PS5 on March the 27th, which is exactly 1 week from now. Now, we all know you like watching trailers for games, but what about actually playing them too? Sound fun? Good. Because this next section focuses on indies with demos available on Steam, so you can check them all out right after the show.
Наступна секція буде про інді-гульні, у яких уже є демки, і ви можете зараз уже погуляти на ПК.
Next up, we've got White Knuckle, a speed climbing game where you scale the guts of a sinister substructure.
White Knuckle, где треба хутко лезть.
How about Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platformer starring magical school students?
Weenie Wise, кооперативный платформер.
Or Paper Sky, where you chart cell-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
Где вы гуляете за бумажный самолетик, паперный самолетик.
Give Mother Machine a try. It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
My girlfriend calls me a chaos gremlin. And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics. That was our once to play montage, and the best way you can try those games out for yourself is by heading to our Future Game Show Steam page. Just search Future Game Show on Steam to get more info on the games we've covered today, and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wishlisting a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now with another world premiere. This one's an exciting adaptation of a popular board game.
Наступная адаптація відомої настолки. Самая великая настольная гульня, где гульный свет. Формируйте свою эмпатию. Выбирайте уникальные стратегии. Будуйте свои звезды, короче. Frosthaven. И бетка уже идея.
That's right, Frosthaven, the board game, is now Frosthaven, the video game, and it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next game fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Stand Alone.
Наступная гульня Stand Alone. Или не прослушала.
Stand Alone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Sweet. Okay, let's keep it rolling with the latest trailer from Mecha Break, a lightning-fast armored brawler.
Наступний трейлер Mecha Break. Вельми хуткі бройлер, где бойки будут такие, конечно, мехами. Ну, слэшер, да, слэшер, меховский. А то наогул галоўны арганізатар гэтай прэзентацыі. Добрае пытанне. По-моему, тут скидываются мелкие инди-паблишеры а-ля Деволвера, какой-нибудь там, мабуть, Нетсон, Анапурна, вот это. И зараз на Википедии пошли. Короче, я могу знайсці толькі на нямецкай Вікіпедыі артыкул, і што тут штосьці напісана, што гэта Games Radar, гэта ўвогуле сайт журналістскі, штосьці гэта запусціў.
Mecha Break is boosting its way into your rotation
Перше шоу
later this year.
було 13 червня 2020 года.
But there's still a bunch of exciting games in the pipeline. Here's a double feature from our friends at Playdigious.
На самом деле, это для просто сайта новостного нового журналиста. Это вельми добре. Акторы озвучки гульнявые, ну и это хоть не, но это не самое такое драмное. Games Radar, так, на их официальном сайте написано, что это Games Radar второй. Щось на візуальним новелам. Мені гэта подобається, як виглядає. Жалко, что огурчики нема. Мне хочется огурченные диалоги чуть. Карточки, картоночки. Crown Combat.
Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson, and Crown Gambit are both coming to PC in 2025.
All right, Nolan, I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of games today. But what's one more world premiere between friends?
Oh, well, I'm not complaining.
Еще одна мировая премьера. По-сябровски нам покажет. Знову якась Animal Crossing. Будівництво, ферма. По-моєму, стратегія. Або як цивілізація, де ти свою цивілізацію лісію будуєш. Так, стратегія. Раев, Kingdom on the Distant Shores.
Rave, Kingdom on the Distant Shores is a city builder set in a fox-filled fantasy land, which is coming in 2026.
Симулятор будівництва городов.
Less adorable for up next, but for good reason. Our final ones to watch dive tackles the next spine-chilling game from Tarsier Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a closer look at the claustrophobic world
Хто
of
тут
Re.
не глядіть сюди, поглядіть сюди. Кого цікавить хорори?
Reanimal is a co-op horror adventure where you play two siblings and you're looking for your three friends.
These kids grew up in a lovely place, but due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game, that lovely place has turned really quite nasty. And so your job as these two players is to go and rescue your other friends and try and escape this nasty place. The island itself, due to this inciting incident, has been fractured, and so it's in three large parts and a bunch of smaller bits. Each of your friends can be found in one of these big parts. It's a very simple tale of find yourself in hell, go through a really scary place, survive and rescue your friend, you know. It's a tale as old as time.
Все відбувається на острові, і у різної секції острова, це їх різний левел, де один туди забрали одного з їх сябров.
Players more this time round than in previous games, but still it's nice to keep a little bit back so you can kind of meet in the middle and see what people make of what you've given them and all that.
It's definitely a co-op game. You're together solving various little, maybe puzzles is almost too much of a word there, but you're overcoming different obstacles in the world and survive various things we pitch against you together. Right? So it's about the players finding ways to survive and rescuing their friends, really, like we said before.
Ну, гэта апошняя гульня Reanimal, якую тут паказваюць, наколькі я зразумела. Або яшчэ штосьці анансуюць апошняе. Яны могуць гэта зрабіць.
Because I'm a big couch fan. Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online.
І яны арыентуюцца ў першую чаргу на кауч-коп, бок на коп на канапе, каб вы з сваімі сябрамі або з роднымі гулялі.
It's all kind of the same experience because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever.
І вопыт адзін і той жа, што і онлайн-копі, што і на канапе, таму што камера адна і тая жа. Тут нема сплит-скріна.
And I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
People have played our previous games together anyway, whether they was co-op or not, that made that decision feel quite a natural one. That like, people want this and, you know, let's do it. It's going to be fun, you know.
Whenever we put something in the game, we are trying to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new. One thing we're really trying not to do is to give you the same thing over and over and over and just work based on a recipe. But instead, we're really questioning ourselves, is this unique within the game, right? I'm not saying unique across all games, but trying to give the player something fresh within the experience that we're crafting. And then hopefully that leads to something that people actually enjoy.
І яны намагаюцца не паўтарацца, то бок как
Hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look at Reanimal. Wishes us and more info is coming soon.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so get that thing on your wish list. Now, what have we got next for the good people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan. So it's no secret here that at the Future Games Show we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as Control and Alan Wake.
And last year, the studio revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op shooter where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean confines of the oldest house.
If you've been anticipating this one, so have we. And good news, we're delighted to share the first gameplay trailer for FBC Firebreak, which will give you a taste of what to expect when the game launches later this year.
Ну, гэта не ад Remedy, это яны аддалі іншай, па-майму, студыі. Но гэта у вселенной Control. Калі што. Коопны або мультиплеерный навык. Ну, коопны просто шутан. Remedy представляет.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning.
Бедний контроль, його асети зараз всі використовують. І Alan Wake, і ось визикли, ось.
Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened
Left 4 Dead.
Never mind.
Left 4 Dead только
You sure kicked the nest.
вселенной контроля.
All over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
I'm paper. You gotta shoot him off me!
Вот на флор. Вот на контроль. Эффективный.
I think I heard something.
Я думаю, я почула что-то. О, боссы. FBC Firebreak. Выйди летом. На всех платформах, окромя свеча. Свеча не бачу.
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in summer 2025. Now, you can find even more exclusive info on FBC Firebreak by heading to GamesRadar.com after the show. And I hate to say it, Jennifer, but is it time for our final trailer?
Nolan,
І зараз буде апошній трейлер.
But thankfully, our buddies at Bloober Team are sending us off with a
сябры з
developer diary
Bloober
for
Team
Chronos,
з їх
The New
нової
Dawn, a
оригінальної
survival horror
гульні,
game where you scour the
оригінальний
future
IP,
for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
де ви подорожнюєте по будущині, шукаєте осколки минулого. Sci-fi survival horror. Альтернативна історія, де у 80-ті світ знищений у 80-х по апокаліптичним івентам, як він тут називають The Change, зміна.
To search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse. Travelers are the only
Ви
ones
шукаєте
that can survive encounters
портали
with
у минуле,
monsters.
каб врятувати людей, які не вижили.
We are calling them the orphans because they are
Монстр
what was
почвари тут
left
називається
from humanity.
Orphans.
To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon. So, stay tuned.
І геймплей хутка буде, ну, хоча всього літом на Summer
Chronos, the
Game
new
Fest.
dawn is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox later this year. But
А,
you can
і
see
сама
more of
гульня
it
вийде
during
у
our
этом
official
году уже.
post-show,
Ну,
FGS
наприкінці
Live from
года.
GDC,
Я думаю,
which airs
прям у
directly
снежні
after the
вийде.
spring show.
That's right. For more exclusive info on Bloober Team's new game, you just need to stay tuned to the platform you're watching right now.
Yeah, now Jennifer, despite what you said about that being the final trailer, the teleprompter,
Autocue.
same thing, is still rolling for some reason.
Ah, yeah, I see. That must have been the tadpole talking.
The what now?
There's not enough time to unpack that. But it does mean we have one more thing.
Oh.
No
І
time to
ще
dally though.
один
Prepare
сюрприз.
for pain.
What?
Подрихтуйтесь до болю. Pain. Макс Пейн? Ні. Сейбер? Вархаммер? А, Painkiller. Боже мой. Старая франшиза повернулась з пекла. Painkiller просто без ліджба, без нічого.
Bam!
Вийде
Saber
у
Interactive
25-му
is
році.
bringing Painkiller back from the dead, and the remake is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
А, гэта
But with
ремейк
that, we
першого
really are out of time. The
Painkiller.
show
Окей.
is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it.
Yes.
That was a lot to get through, but we hope you've all had fun watching
Sure.
this year's Spring Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick around as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this, with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world premieres. Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an
GDC,
enormous
Game
stream of thank
Developers
yous to the
Conference,
people
зараз уже
behind the scenes who
почалась.
made this
І
broadcast
ще
possible,
нічого не
including the
видно.
developers that poured their time and hearts into making the trailers we aired today. Show them some love by wishlisting and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've covered and follow up on your favorite projects. There'll also be videos and articles with extra details landing on gamesradar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
And this has
І
been the Future Game Show
прем'єри і
Spring Showcase
огляди антижурналістів
2025.
будуть виходити одразу
Smashed
після
it.
на некоторих гэтых гульні. Ой. Дякую за те, що ось так. А, Хронос, мабуть, зараз покажуть. Ой. Що ж тут ось було? Next Up. Прямий ефір з GDC. Ну, гэта може бути просто інтерв'ю з розпрацовщиками. Ну, зараз не Хронос, зараз ось гэта, ну, пасля яго будзе Хронос. Ну, вже сьогодні. скорее всего, геймплей будет летом, но... Но мне цікаво. Комусь тут цікаво? Ні? Буде послухати. А спать не пойдешь, Мэндрей? Я уже сплю. Абіс. І хутка вийде демка на стімі. Ну так, GDC зараз ідзе Game Developers Conference, калі ви не ведаеце, у Каліфорнії. Сан-Франциско. Мені вось гэта цікавіць, што гэта будзе. А тут таємниця якась. Ну вось гэта мяне вельмі цікавіць, што гэта за...
My name is Gladzім. I'm co-directing Chronos the New Dawn with my friend
Зазік
Wojciech.
Жиба нам...
My name is Wojciech, and I have a
І
pleasure to
Вольчик.
work with Jacek
Яны...
and co-direct Chronos.
And Chronos it's sci-fi
Оба
survival horror,
директора.
and in a way a
Chronos?
dream come true for us to make.
Чим ви натхнялись? Ми натхнялись для фільм. Культовий фільм. Нечто. І так само натхнений Dark. Темра. Серіал від Netflix. Ну, конечно же, Dead Space, тому що їх протагоніст так само у костюмі. І Dark Souls так само вони натхняються. Тому що вони хочуть челенджі додати у гульню. То головний герой, травелер, подорожник.
Are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones
that can survive the environment in our future setting, in our game. The only ones that can travel to the past and keep up or like survive encounters with monsters. This is not a typical soldier. This is like a diver in time. So that's why we came up with this design that we really love. The world of Chronos, it's like alternative history. When the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called the change. We push action like more to the future. When we play as a traveler, when we try to find in this destroyed world reminiscence of, you know, of the people, but what's the most important, like the time that can bring us to the past.
Почвари Кроноса.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. The orphans can, you know, like, take different forms, so you'll encounter different enemies with different, like, let's say, skill sets, different abilities.
The important ingredient is body horror here, and we chose it to create maybe a little bit as an homage also to The Thing and overall genre of body horror. But what was important for us that, okay, they need to be created only from human flesh. Cool. We also have some questions from our community. So, question 1. Yes, there will be letters.
Будут ли лестницы? Так, будут лестницы, мы их любим.
Yes, and you saw one at the end of the trailer.
Гэта іншаземцы? Магчыма.
Don't want to spoil everything.
Мы не будем спойлерить.
Yes.
Будзе ли ближняя бойка? Так, можна будзе іх біць кулакамі. Будзе ли вогнемёт?
Yeah, fire, but fire is important in our game.
Штосьці вогненае точно будзе. Будуць ли боссы? Так. Што гэта за старушка з седжа трейлера? Гэта Марія Складовска.
Марія Складовска can be a role model.
Марія Кюрі? Окей.
Yes, there is.
Будзе ли її система расчлянення, як і у Dead Space? Так, будзе. Но немного по-іншому буде працювати.
To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game.
Я кажу, що ми не можемо дочекатися показати вам більше нашу гульню.
About the gameplay is coming soon. So,
ну і
stay tuned.
Хутко покажемо геймплей. Уже багатий длинний трейлер, боже хна. Летом я упоминаю.
That was utterly terrifying. I tell you what, if I needed a cup of tea to calm down, and it's not even 3 p.m. yet. No, forget the tea. I have the perfect game to calm your nerves, and it just so happens to be our first world exclusive.
Перший мировий ексклюзив. Величезная надія на гэтую гульню. Чакаю. Найс. Ну так. Вайбы Dead Space, і гэта добра, тому што Dead Space, наколькі я ведаю, пакуль наступная не распрацоўваецца частка. Я прям релаксую, глядя на гэта. Так. Пабудую гэты пакой. Фэншуй, дарэчы, мабыць, штось фэншуй будзе. Ну, у нас. High above. Высоко над всем. Є котка.
That was High Above, an utterly charming rooftop building game, all about finding peace above the skyline. You can wishlist it right now because it's coming to Steam in 2025.
Indeed it is, but do not drift away from me just yet, Nathan, unless you are planning to add Burning Rubber to that list as well, because that is exactly what we're doing with our next game, Japanese Drift Master, which has an uploading smoke that will make you reach for the asthma inhaler.
Я прослухала. Japanese Drift Master John. Токийский дрифт. Выйдет 21 мая. Ля, судячи по музыце, мы таки жили... Мы таки дожили до ностальгии по 90-х. Уже хутка по 2000-м будет ностальгия.
An app that lets you change your voice at the click of a button.
Indeed. And you are now about to witness the utter carnage when the FGS team got together to play Among Us, but everyone's voice was running through the Voice Mod app. Oof.
Ой, короче, зараз буде реклама Voice мода. Ось, гэта реклама. Про то, як люди гуляють і зміняють свої голоси у Among Us.
Guys, I just want to say this now. I am working as a crewmate to pay for my mother's hip surgery.
That's weird though, because I'm actually working as a crewmate to help
Час
pay for your
ходить
mother's
не
hip surgery too.
у прибирання.
Well, that is good. Well, she
Ну, я
does
не
need
пойду. Прибирання вам.
I'm working as a crewmate to pay for my own hip surgery.
I have a side hustle where I take money from people, earning enough to pay for hip surgery.
Hey guys, is anybody else working late? Because I am. Do you know why? I'm working late because I'm a singer.
He really has gone bad with
7, 2, 14.
Gone surprisingly quiet. I've had a body. I've had a body.
Oh no, who's dead?
We should have known that auto-tune was out because it stopped being just like the greatest hit.
Let's face it, we do all owe the traitor, you know, props for killing auto-tune because that was getting a little excessive. So, let's ignore that one.
It's hard to tell if Walkie was walking somewhere or if Walkie was following me with murderous intent. But I was being followed for a bit by Walkie.
Me and Streamer G were hanging out for a while, we were safe, and so I'm cool with Streamer G. I think right now I'm looking at Space Marine, who was, you know, showing out the numbers. They're playing 4D chess, do you know what I mean? They're not just killing people, they're also trying to mess us up.
I was not with Walkie. I don't know what Walkie's talking about. I have not been hanging around with Walkie. So, that was a lie. That was a massive lie. Saying that we were... Yeah.
Well, maybe it was Tiffany then. I don't know. All you girls look the same.
What? No, so I can prove that I'm not vegan. Lost all.
Also, a bit of a sexist pig over here, Walkie, or just because we've both got blonde hair.
Yeah, just because we both got feminine hair.
Right, let's vote. Let's
So
vote.
who's casting the first stone? Streamer G. Have you voted?
I've voted. Everybody vote. Space Marine, lock it in.
Why do you make yourself so suspicious?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, I've got to swipe my admin card as well.
Yeah, I've got to go. Oh, that's back in. That's that back. Well, you know where I was in that room? Space Marine.
Okay.
Oh, what a shame.
I told you.
Matt, we're giving Matt so many
My mother's
hips.
hips.
It's not even funny.
Nobody listened to
My
me.
mother's hips!
Jules is too good at this.
Promise me that you'll look after my mother's hips.
Oh, I will, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, no.
And if you'd like access to the secret weapon of a whole host of new voices, then you should download the Voice Mod app now. You can even curate your own sound effects board.
Oh, yes, you can, my friend. And of course, mine is fully filled up with fart noises. And yes, I am pushing nearly 40. But anyway, let's move on. Because what day is it today, Nathan?
Thursday.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, God, it's my mum's birthday!
Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. It's also World Frog Day. So
yes,
let's talk about
my mum's birthday.
So let's talk about this absolutely brilliant frog management simulator known as Mudborn, which is not only cute as a button, but also supports wetland and wildlife charities. And the final bonus is out today!
И ён сегодня уже
Happy National World Frog Day. I mean, birthday.
Good save, good save.
Вы маленькая жабка с великой мэтой. Бризинга, як гэта разведзенне іншых жабак. І каб ваш луг квітне. Найдите новые виды. Разводите новых жабок. Стрибайте паміж миром реальным и миром сном. И сябруйте. Павяртайце ўспаміны. і павяртайце свае віды. Мадборн. Можете уже погулять.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Did you get it sorted?
Yeah, I just gifted her a copy of Mudborn on Steam.
Oh, smart. Very smart indeed. Now, next up is a game all about clones, about working with yourself and sometimes the difficulties that arise when your other self is an absolute bloody nuisance.
This is a deep
Яна
dive
добра
into
виглядає.
the altars.
The Altars is a unique blend of survival, adventure, and storytelling gameplay. Finding the right balance was one of our top priorities while developing the game. We wanted the gameplay to push the story forward, but also make the narrative play a significant role in the final outcome.
Long story short,
І, коротше, і тут буде вплив на фінал, бо будуть різні концовки.
The Altars starts as a typical survival game,
Починає як
yet you
звичайний
quickly
виживач,
realize there is more to it.
но потім ви хутенько побачите, що більше.
You need to create the altars for their skills, which will be essential to survival.
Вам треба буде
At the
створити
same time,
склонів
this
з
means
конкретними
bringing new
скілами,
characters to the story
які вам
and making the
допоможуть
gameplay
виживати.
more complex.
Но
The
з
same
гэтым
goes for
будуть
base building.
наступству
What
історії,
starts as a
і
simple
геймплей
task of operating a
буде
functional
більш
base
комплексний.
turns into a
База
series
гэта
of
коло.
hard choices.
Я на
You are
подорожничаю.
tasked not only with tackling
будуть
ongoing
вибори.
problems and pushing the mission forward. Your altar's individual needs will also need to be taken care of.
І так само треба
Finding the right
клопотатися об
balance
своїх
will be
клонах.
crucial for success. Want to know more?
або їх
Check out the
запитах.
next episode of the Altars Expedition Logs.
Мгм. І на Ютубі буде ще длинна серія про гэту
That
гульню.
was The Altars, the first, in fact, of a deep dive series that the developers are doing. So make sure you check out their social medias to stay up to date on this rather fascinating looking game.
Now, recently I was lucky enough to have a chat with Dimitri Logothetis, the producer and director of the upcoming Kickboxer Armageddon, because plans are afoot to turn the classic 80s franchise into a video game that will make you go Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is cool.
Короче, штосьці гульня про Жан-Клода Ван Дамма. Я не ведаю, пагадзіўся ён на гэта або не. Кікбоксер.
Franchise that was started in 1989 starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm told that we're going to come out with a brawler game, right? Where you're going to fight a bunch of different opponents coming at you until you get to the boss. And then you're going to be able to interact and play against each other and fight against each other. And so we've been talking about it for many, many years. And so we got together with this team called Force Multiplier. They just released their new game Carnivis about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Which is an island off of Fortnite.
Режисер фільму зв'язався з якою-то вельми такою собі середненькою студією, як зробити мультиплеєрну гульню. Окей.
For you to play. I think I brought in to the movies roughly 20 UFC world champions, including Mike Tyson, who was obviously a legend and a boxing world champion. We starred Dave Bautista as Tung Po in our remake, and now he's become a movie star. There's a mine of gold when it comes to games, and certainly with martial arts. I think the most recent one, again,
Як там зробили бойовку?
I think that Sifu game came out of nowhere. You know, Mortal Kombat, the part of Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme. And so Mortal Kombat is a martial arts phenomenon.
I'll be a kickboxer, you a street fighter.
There's all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to see all over the background. You know, there's a wonderful dance sequence that Jean-Claude has made in the movie. And somehow or other, we're going to have to incorporate that. Perhaps when you win, you do a little bit of that dance sequence. I don't know. So the name of the game is Kickboxer. It's going to be released on Steam, probably in February of 2026.
Вийде у Steam прикладно у лютым 26-го года. Но так як яны не показалі нічога з гульні, нават ні катсцэну, нічога, мне здаецца, гэта будзе лайну.
You know, I think I could take Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do. I really do.
Wait, what? What are you saying, mate? First off, who even says take him anymore? And secondly, you couldn't even fight your way into this next link.
Well, no, I can't. I think, wait, if I...
Yeah, exactly my point here. So while Nathan grapples with basic sentence structure, let's take a look at our next game, which is doing battle in a different plane of existence, the world of business. This is Rise of Industry 2.
I'll kick your box in.
There you are.
Rise of Industry 2. Змагайтеся у свете бизнеса. Лучше стройте свою индустрию, империю. Оптимизуйте свою свой пайплайн, свою фирму, свой бизнес. Новый режим компании. Будуйте свой бизнес, свои фермы. Вы улучшаете технологии. И френд. Бизнес повертается.
That was Rise of Industry 2, which has a demo out right now that you can try ahead of its full-fat release later in 2025.
Indeed, you can. And now we move on to a title that is the holy trinity of gaming for us here at FGS Live From, because it's dripping in nostalgia, it's containing a central unnerving mystery, and it's a world-exclusive premiere. Let's take a look.
Премьера Steel Seed? Не, гэта не яно. Гэта іншая якась гульня, ностальгічная. Где Педро? Знайдите... разгадайте таємництво. Пакуль яшчэ не позна. Модна фактора.
That was Land Party Adventures, and it's set to drop sometime later this year. Ah, Jules, those were the days, gaming with your buddies and then saving them from unknown horrors. I do miss it.
Yes, indeed. And let's keep that cheery tone going with our next video game, which has a central mechanic that is so utterly brilliant that it needs to be seen to be believed. This is a deep dive chat with the creators of Ruffy and the Riverside.
Интервью с распасовщиками Ruffy and the Riverside.
My name is Patrick. I'm the art director at Socrates
Ну, гэта выглядае міла. Ну, іменно вось гэты стыль. Як быццам нарисованы персонаж, і ён не 3D-шны, ён 2D-шны персонаж.
Copy and paste textures. So you grab, let's say, ice and throw it somewhere else onto an ocean, and then it freezes. So the world can be changed.
Тут можна копаваць і уставляць тэкстуры. То бок зараз мы скопавалі жоўты вагонь, ставілі яго сюды, і ён вось зрабіў штось. Ну, яны глядзяць на Paper Mario, па-першае.
But also PlayStation with Crash Bandicoot. We didn't want to
copy
it, but we love it. We love this game. It's a classic hero journey. Ruffy is setting off to save his hometown, and he has to bring back 6 golden letters. And Ruffy has to return the town sign, because the town sign, it looks like a Hollywood sign, that has been destroyed. So Ruffy has to repair the city sign in order to bring back freedom to the whole world. Keep your eyes open, because many things can be copied and pasted. I mean, we have some apples in the game, and of course blue apples are not very yummy, but if you turn them red, then they give you coins. Yeah, it's a game about your imagination, your creativity, but it's also a lot of fun. So if you love Banjo and Kazooie, and if you love Zelda Ocarina of Time and Mario Odyssey, then you will love it too. This is Ruffy and the Riverside. It will come in June this year for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and on Epic Store.
Ну, добре, що вийде. Насамрэч, сапраўды, для фанатаў такіх платформераў.
When Ruffy and the Riverside lands in June this year. And if you can't wait for the full fat release, then there is a demo out for this game
right now.
Oh, now, Jules, I want you to take all that cutesy, lovable charm and crush it into dust. Because now we're taking a sharp right turn into sci-fi with a game that puts you on the edge of human extinction. This is Steel Seed, and we might just have a trailer now.
Steel Seed.
Why? Why do you do it? Get up. Do you really think you're fighting for something? Something more than just survival. Can you even name it? Do you truly know? Is it freedom? Truth? A father's love? You would throw away your future. Our future. For them, you must be able to see it. You must know by now. You can't win. Fighting is meaningless. So why do you persist? You come with weapon in hand and anger in your heart.
Не, это был Stellar Blade.
You will never be like them.
I am one of them.
Ну, виглядає неблаго, як по мені. О, 10 красивика уже про месяц.
Now, the next game that we're about to talk about is a little strange, and by that I mean a lot strange, and that's because the words I'm about to use to describe it kind of don't make sense coming out of my mouth, and that's because Fear FA 98 is a combination of FIFA 98 specifically and Silent Hill.
Комбинация FIFA 98 года и Silent Hill. Калі хтось марыў пра гэта, вось ваша гульня. Калі Рэвен тут і цябе прыгулился на словах Silent Hill, вось. Ну, мне здаецца, гэта не то немного. І яшчэ вось гэты Girly Pop. Ну, гэта трошачок, гэта не... Так. Ну, гэта будзе штосьці не такое прям страшнае, гэта будзе штосьці бодренькае. Флэш-рок. Насамрэч мне падабаецца гэты біт і гэты голас у дзяўчыны добры. Ну, гэта футбол, гэта футбол. Я просто саундтрек буду слухаць, я не буду гэта гуляць, я просто пачну Spotify саундтрек і кайфану.
And speaking of shadows, and a hefty amount of doubt, let's talk about the game Shadows of Doubt, which is about to receive a brand new update. Here are the developers at Cold Powered Games to tell you more.
Калі б не футбол, быў бы нават цікава. Так. Наступна гуля Shadows of Doubt, і яна ўжо выйшла, і апдейт зараз.
So I'm Cole Jeffries, I'm the lead developer on Shadows of Doubt. Shadows of Doubt is a first-person open-world stealth detective game. Basic concept is you have a city full of citizens who go about their daily lives, and within them somewhere is a serial killer, and it's your job to track them down, gives you complete player agency to go about being a detective how you see fit. So you could be like a drunk detective, or you could be like a by-the-book detective, you could be a good cop or bad cop. You can pretty much do what you want. You don't even have to solve the case. You can
Збирать
go around
подкаст.
stealing things. The main I think attraction for people is that you can live in this sandbox
Шукаць
and kind of be in
таямніцы.
that world. It's almost a bit like
І
role-playing.
гэты свет, гэта сэндбокс, то бок
So we've
песочны
got
свет, то
some
бок
exciting
тут
new
людзі
updates coming to
жывуць
Shadows of Doubt this year. So we've got
по
3 different
распісанню.
content updates, roughly spaced out throughout the year. And the first one is
Цікава,
going to
можна
bring
ли
you
тады
the
тут
player's
просто
ability to
нарвацца на
smoke, to
забойцу?
adding improved player agency
Випадково.
through them being present in CCTV
Тому калі,
footage. They can set
калі
their
гэта песочніца, то ён
passcode
тут
for
павінен
their
просто
computer,
хадзіць
a
дзесь.
couple of little Easter egg kind of additions, like a new kind of side hustle. So it's something our writer came up with, and we didn't quite manage to include it before launch, but it's a kind of side job where you can collect shoes from citizens.
У новому
There'll be
апдейте ви
one
можете
citizen in the city who gives you
збирать
people's shoes to steal, and you'll
обуток
have to go and track them down and
жихаров
steal them. It's
города.
completely ridiculous, but it's a fun little thing that will be there for players to discover. But that's the kind of
Может,
little
великое
Easter
питание,
egg
но
kind of detail we want to add to the game. So that's what we're delivering. In
гэта больш як
we had a
пасхальнае
junior
яйко.
programmer join the team about a year ago, and I tasked them with putting a new game within the game's computer systems, something we can
І
add to,
яшчэ
and
вось
he
міні-гульню
came up with this
дададуць.
card game, and he's been working on it, and he's really proud of it. It's really good. It's a game within a game, essentially. I'm really excited to see
Гульня у
how
гульні.
our community finds that. So the first content update drops on April 22nd. Can't talk too much about
22
the other
красавіка
updates
перший
this year,
апдейт
but
вийде.
there's a lot like that, yeah. Shadows of Doubt is out now on PC, on Steam, Epic, GOG, and PlayStation and Xbox.
І яна везде вийшла. На ПК, на консолях.
Exciting stuff there for Shadows of Doubt fans, because that brand new update comes to PC and consoles on the 21st of April.
Now, as a vegan, hold your booze. I enjoy the benefits of a fruit and veg-based lifestyle. However, upcoming game Arcus Champions is making me think about things in a slightly different manner, because here, fruit is deadly weaponry.
Banana, get down!
А у наступнай гульні фрукты гэта зброя ваша. Смерцельная. Тоесть на нарыле. Рухайтесь як мавпа. І літайте. Станьте чемпіоном. Об'єднайте свої обілки, свої здольності. І визволите свою внутреннюю мавпу. Реклама. Юз якоїсь аплікації.
Now, Infinity Nikki took the world by storm recently thanks to its amazing fusion of being a cozy open-world adventure game with a focus on fashion.
Oh yes, but it's carnival season, and Infinity Nikki's 1.4 update promising strange and hilarious happenings. So it might just be time for you to jump back in and to whet your appetite. Here's a trailer.
Наступний апдейт. Ай-яй-яй. Вечеринки ніколі не паміраюць. Ну, насамрэч, гэты котка з длиннымі нагамі мяне штосьці засмучвае у гэтых длинных ногах і руках. Точнее, лапах, боже, это ж лапы. А, вот что меня засмучивает. У коток же яны однольковые, ну, одинные, обе ты ж по длине повинны быть. И передние, и задние.
Jules, if you were a pirate, who would you make walk the plank first? You? Oh, no way. I'd make me walk the plank first too.
Oh, there we go. And if you like the sound of naval battling and swashbuckling, then maybe this next game is for you, as this is Trident's Tale. And here is a brand new gameplay trailer, you salty sea dogs.
История Трезубка. Адвенчура? Платформер. Платформерные по дороге. С разными персонажами. Демка на Steam доступна.
That was Trident's Tale, and the best part about this game is that there's a demo available right now, meaning you can play it right now. You don't even need a treasure map to find it.
Lucky you, but now Sono Kuni is a new top-down 2D action game in which one hit means death. And let me tell you folks, it's so addictive, it should come with a health warning.
Indeed, it should. So we decided to put things to the test, and the FGS team got together to challenge each other to find out who was the fastest in the game's dedicated speedrun mode.
I didn't play because everyone knew I'd be the best, so there was no point.
That is not true in the slightest. He cried at his desk and told us not to use the footage.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
Don't get involved, okay?
Yeah. Take a look.
Sono Kuni speedrun. I'm going to destroy the competition.
I can do a 152. I just can't do it consistently.
Яна, по-моему, уже вышла.
I'm just going to accept that.
Breathe.
І гэта реклама зараз її.
Zen.
Let's go. I'm probably going to be completely silent doing this because I need to focus. Come on, let's go. There we go. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, all at the same time.
Oh, I've missed two guys there. That's a problem. Just going to slow it down a little bit, maybe.
Let the spirit of the warrior go through you, man. We got this. We got this.
All right, this could be solid. Just don't fuck it up.
Oosh. Oosh. Oosh.
Короче, у гэтай гульні яны дадалі зараз режим спідрана і можна з сябрамі соревноваться.
Right, can I get this guy to come over the right? Oh, what happened there? Oh, absolutely. No, this has gone so wrong. I'm going to be so far behind now.
Around the bottom of the car. Some people will go around the car. That would be a mistake.
No. Okay, come on. We can still get some time back here.
Come on, man. Let's go. Maybe we can pull back a few seconds here and there.
Right, get rid of the pineapple man. I know I'm not the only one who calls him the pineapple man. I think Jules does too.
That one there always feels like you have to go out of your way to get him. I hate him.
Through the easy room.
I'm not on top form.
Slower than my average. I'm a lot slower than my average.
Now the room that wins or loses the challenge. Nice. This is not going to be a bad run.
I don't know why I keep doing that. I've screwed myself.
I know JJ's going to have gone really fast though. I just know he will.
It's such a good game though. Such a good game. Oh, and I've messed up the ending bit there as well. Oh, fine. I'll take 159. Look, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Nice. I love this. 153.84. Now I've done a 152, but I will take that all day. Thank you very much. I'll get the crown on the way out.
That was so
она еще не
it's
вышла,
brilliant,
она
and there's a
выйдет
demo available
24
right now for you to try.
Now here's the thing. We all love good management games, right?
Oh, yes.
And if there's one place that needs a lot of management,
It's hell.
It's hell, exactly.
Yeah. The Deadly Path is a management roguelike strategy simulator in which you're in charge of the underworld and the gods of the Dread Pantheon are your bosses.
Oh, I bet you they're still easy to deal with than our bosses.
Oh, I bet you are our bosses are nightmares.
Wait.
Sorry, boss.
Yeah, love you too.
Love you, boss.
Bye.
Please don't fire me.
Greetings, penitent. Seek ye glory through the gauntlet of dread. Challenge awaits upon the deadly path. Yes.
Рогалик, но стратегия. С каждым циклом треба кормить богов. А не то твой подороже кончится.
This gruesome gauntlet is no turn-based chin-scratcher. In these dread halls, you'll quickly and definitively find an answer to one of life's great questions. Am I actually good at strategy games? Chaos, carnage, careful quarry. Walk the deadly path. Wish list now!
And if you want to have a chance at managing hell, then you can try the Deadly Path when it drops for PCs on the 25th of March, and you can wishlist the game right now.
Now, Among Us
Я
became
хочу
a
весь
viral
Сафу в
sensation in
надо
2020,
посмотреть. Я хочу
introducing the world to
поглядеть
such
вот
terms
это,
as
что
sus,
шикарное.
imposter, and I swear to God, Jules, if I find out that
Ну,
you're
это
lying to
можно,
me,
ладно.
I will find you.
Слендер. Слендермен. Кто степенная о том фол.
But if you want those emotions and many
Что
more
есть,
right
только
up in
не
your
Among
face,
Us.
then good news for you, my friend, because Among Us is coming to the world of 3 dimensions. It's Among Us 3D.
Все добре. Глядзім. Инфикованный.
That was Among Us 3D, which launches this spring on Steam, PlayStation VR 2, Quest, and Pico. Not just that, but it's got a brand new tag mode where, when you're caught, you join the infected to get the rest of the crewmates.
Oh, that sounds so good. Now, South of Midnight has been on everyone's radar recently just because of how beautiful that handcrafted art style is.
Yes, the more we've seen of it, the more we've been desperate to get our rubbing little fingers on it.
Well, luckily for us, we actually got a chance to speak to the devs at Compulsion Games who told us more about their dark, fantastical tale and their take on the Deep South.
Is that Hazel? The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and it ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South. Hazel is our main character. She's kind of in this weird liminal space between, like, you know, you're a kid and you're becoming an adult, and she's not like a superhero. She's a pretty normal kid, and she just is ultimately trying to find her mom. That's her main goal in the game.
Її головна мета у гульні – це знайти її матір. Саме як у Assassin's Creed Liberation.
The strands get all knotted.
We thought it was good to not have like a chosen one. We like the idea that anyone could be a weaver. It's something that like the land will choose for you when you're in like maybe a time of deep need. And so Hazel, as she's running after her mom's trailer in the hurricane, the land chooses her, and it's just kind of at random. She just kind of blinks, and you can see the strands like in the sky.
Я була не народжена героїні, а я просто випадково
kind of the fabric of the universe. We called it the grand tapestry, and they're able to manipulate those strands to do do various types of spells, and
Трапляє у
their
момент
kind of mission is they
і просто
heal like
отримує
stigma in the
ГТ
land, like where bad
сили.
things have happened
Ось.
that tends to spawn haints, and weavers are able to dispel those haints.
Здольності.
They're able to see into your traumas, but they don't like fix your traumas for you. Only you can do that. But they listen to your story, they see your story, they get to see those memories. And I think sometimes that's just what you need, is someone to be like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. And I think Hazel's journey is also her growing in empathy and understanding of the different things people go through.
Я так хочу, каб гэта гульня просто стала вельмі паспешнай. У нас было больш вось просто такіх вось мульцяшных платформераў, но не супердзетскіх, не як там Маріо, а вось такіх вось немного
beautiful, powerful magic that was pretty important to us. And so
такія як грынжавыя больш
weaving
вось
tools like
рэчы.
the spindle, the distaff, the hooks. She manipulates what we call the strands, and they're these fibers that make up the universe, and they are inspired by lace. And it was really important that they had this sort of tactile feel that also like
На
complements
жаль,
the
Xbox гэтую гульню
tactile
ніяк не рэкламуе.
stop-motion
І
direction
вось
of
зараз
the
вось хоць
art
мы
style.
бачылі, што на прэс-канферэнцыі яны маглі проста вельмі добры трэйлер зрабіць, а вось зараз зрабіць інтэрв'ю. Што на канферэнцыі яны зрабілі вось гэты вось нарацыю ад распрацоўшчыкаў, якая, ну,
And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wish list, really get the word out there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you
Мені
enjoyed
здаецца,
the
яно
rest of
не
the show.
паказвае моцныя бакі гульні, вось.
And you do not have to wait that long, my friends, because South of Midnight is set to drop for Xbox Series X and S on the 8th of April.
But coming up next, we've got a game that's very special. It's the first of its kind, an open-world mascot management crime drama.
I cannot wait. I've been waiting years for an exact genre like
I
this.
know, haven't we all? We've got a brand new trailer for you featuring some new characters that have been designed and painted by some very special guest collaborators.
Painted?
Oh, yes.
О май гад. Ня-ня, такое. Бо у нас проблемы. Хтось упав у нашому кафе. Що це? Що тут відбувається? Какаши пінк. Какаши розовий. Какаши блю. Короче, гэта тых, хто засыпаюць і думаюць, яны ўжо заснулі або не, і немного так з прасоння адным глазам глядзець на гэта.
The investigator is here.
10 кастрычніка выйдзе вось гэта, вось я нават не ведаю, што
Promise
гэта.
Mascot Agency will be out on April the 10th for Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series
Promise
X and
Mascot
S. It's on the
Agency.
Epic Game Store and
Агентство
it's on the Steam Store as well.
And
обіцянок.
also Steam Deck compatible.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, yes. But now, I tell you something about me. I think I'd make a great king.
No way, I thought the exact same thing about you.
Oh, yeah? Like I'd go just the right amount of power, man.
Just 1 or 2 beheadings a week, no more, no less.
Yeah, not too much, not too much.
And if you want to find out what type of tyrant that you'd be, then check out City Tales Medieval Era, and I tell you what, here's a brand new trailer for you to chew on.
With zero real-life dysentery.
Yes, actually, that is a guarantee that you can take to the bank. There is 0 real-life dysentery here. Here.
Штосьці середньовечнае. Зноў будаўніцтва. City Tales Medieval Era. У раннім доступі вийде 22 мая.
First to know when you can take charge of your medieval kingdom.
Now, fresh from its initial reveal last year, Imperial looks to balance fast-paced combat with deep RPG mechanics. And Joseph from Silent Games rose from the depths recently to tell us more about this upcoming title.
Imperial.
Hello, I'm Joseph, co-founder at Silent Games and creative director on our first title, Imperial. Imperial is a third-person action RPG about transcendental revelation. The name kind of does hint towards some supernatural elements. So the story is a very important part of the game. It's hopefully with thought-provoking themes. I would also emphasize that it is a true RPG. It's full of mechanics and features, plenty of opportunity for theory crafting, players creating their builds. There's an extensive endgame, so we've tried to deliver a complete package. In our game, the combat does revolve around a choice of weapon, but because it's not class-based, you can change that at any time. So you'll get equipment in the game, we have loot drops, that includes 8 equipment slots, and one of those slots is your weapon. And the weapon is probably the most important because it will change your core moves, but yeah, you can switch at any time.
Вы можете изменять подчас
So the
гульни
glaive is the
и
weapon which
пересобирать свой
offers the
билд.
most mobility. It has the longest basic attack combo, so your basic attack will be 5 hits. It has a teleport attack built into its kit, so you can jump in the air and then teleport to nearest enemies. It's very reliant on
Можно
deflecting and
телепортоваться
enemies' attacks. So you have to be pretty
сбросной.
good with timing, but we do have stats in the game that improve that. So if you're not good at perfect parrying in Sekiro or a game like that, a lot of the abilities are either greatly empowered or even directly rely on you deflecting an enemy attack and then following it up. And in addition to the core moveset that you get when you equip a weapon, you can equip abilities in the game. So the combat kind of revolves around these two things, the weapon and the abilities.
И
One of the
боевка
weapons is the cannon,
побудована
and that has 3
на
different ammunition types, which you can switch
настрое и
between
на
depending on your
обилках.
situation. That ammo system didn't exist for a very long time. Its basic attack used to just be a basic shot, and it just wasn't engaging enough, especially when you compared it to the glaive, where you're doing this 5-hit combo and jump attacks and teleport attacks. I think when people first pick up the game, cannon is often the one that does seem a little out of place. It is the most technical of the weapons, and it's just as powerful as the other two as well. It's actually my personal favorite weapon. I always tend to play it when I'm doing a new playthrough, and then have to remind myself that I should be testing the Mason Shield and glaive a bit more as well. What's unique about the Mason Shield is the only weapon that has immediate access in its core moveset to a mechanic in the game that is called Barrier. So Barrier is a mechanic that will give you a barrier, which is over the top of your health bar, and the barrier has to be destroyed before it will deal damage to you. And this is particularly useful because if you take 1,000,000 damage and you've got 1 hit point left on your barrier, it will absorb the whole thing because that's what's needed to destroy the barrier. So with the Mason Shield, you can really prepare for even the biggest incoming attacks if you're able to parry
Хоть есть
something and carry that barrier
уникальная
around.
механика
The skill
барьера, но
ceiling
я
could
не
mean that you
зрозумела,
spend a
як
long
він
time on a
працює,
single
хоч
weapon
він
and
зараз
learn it
розповів.
inside out. But as you play through the game the first
Я
time,
уже
there's going to be
не
lots of things
кондиции
which push you towards
как бы
trying out
вникать
all 3
в
weapons.
эти
But I definitely
все
think that eventually you
системы
could land on a
зараз.
favorite and just focus on that once you'd unlock pretty much everything. Imperial is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It is coming in 2025, so please
Выйти
look out for more
на
information. But if
Xbox
you
и
want to play
PlayStation и
now,
ПК
then
в
the demo
25-м
is already
году.
available, and we even give you some endgame sets to play around
Демка у
with in the
Steam
demo.
уже доступна.
Imperial is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S later this year. Now let's talk about VR, which has been a blessing for the horror industry, but also a bit of a curse for the my underwear industry. And this year, one of the OG indie horror franchises is making the jump to virtual reality. This is Slender the Arrival
Slender
VR.
Arrival выйдет у VR. И он зачиняйте все окенца и двери. Не давайте ему зайти. Не выходите. И он там треба ховаться. 13 мая выйдет.
Slender the Arrival is set to launch
PlayStation
this spring
VR,
and coming to
Oculus
PlayStation VR 2,
и
Quest and Steam, so get ready to rip
И
that
у Steam.
headset off in terror.
Now, let's talk nuclear disasters and how one of these has affected the north of England, turning it into an irradiated wasteland, which some may actually call an improvement. And I can say that because I live there.
Set an
Ядерная
alternate
катастрофа,
timeline,
но
Antipole's unique take on the
Англии.
open world RPG is
так,
so
Slender
good,
Blind.
you won't even be
Вітаю,
thinking
Фоксі.
about that other franchise that starts with an F.
Oh, you mean Fallout?
I said not to say it.
Oh.
We had a
Они
chat with
натхнялись
Rebellion all
Fallout'ом.
about it, so you go have a look at that while I have a word with him. Sir, you have got to start using these, mister, yeah?
Hello, my name is Richard May. I'm the lead programmer on Atomfall. We're calling it an action survival game, so it's not an out-and-out
Action
RPG, but it
выживать.
has RPG-like elements. There's
С
survival
элементами
elements and there's shooter
RPG.
elements. So it's going to appeal, hopefully, to a fairly broad audience, experiencing the apocalyptic events after the real-world wind-scale fire of 1957, but with a kind of alternate history twist. So we've taken a uniquely British twist on the apocalypse. So we've got people living under essentially a kind of quarantine protocol. So it's all for their best interest, but it is somewhat oppressive, shall we say. We leave you to your own devices, you're not told to go in a particular direction. We give you a set of leads, which you might want to follow, but ultimately it's down to you as to what you do, who you interact with in the zone, who you become friends with, and ultimately who you kill. You can kill anyone in the game if you want to. I'm not saying you should, but you can if you want to.
Или что можно всех забивать на
You see quite often games where you have an unkillable quest giver or something like that. We were desperate to avoid that where we could. So yeah, it's been a challenge. I think we found a good balance that allows you to have that freedom and still experience an interesting story. So we hope that will give people a sense of freedom that they wouldn't normally experience. Depending on the direction you go at the beginning, you should have different experience. There are different factions within the game that you can cozy up to. I wouldn't say become friends with exactly, because none of them are particularly friendly. But yes, you can make friends or enemies as you like in the game. And so hopefully people will experience something different every time they play. It's inspired by classic British sci-fi and a lot of other exciting things. From that kind of time period. So we've got giant robots stomping around the place. We've also got folk horror elements, which you might see something that looks a bit like the Wicker Man in the background. And there's loads of little Easter eggs and tidbits that we've sort of taken from British sci-fi and media over the years. So there's loads to discover, and I hope people enjoy finding them. I have to say the cricket bat is still my favourite weapon in the game.
Им цікаво буде поглядеть, як люди будуть
знаходитися. There's some little
ще.
achievements you might earn if you use it as well, so look out for those. It does also have a certain amount of the Rebellion DNA in it. The Atomfall world is almost like a giant Sniper Elite level, where we're taking the sort of sandbox gameplay of the Sniper Elite series and expanded upon that to give you the freedom of the world. Yeah, Atomfall's coming out on the 27th of March on all platforms, including Game Pass. Hope you have a good time playing it.
Ого, простый день ровно.
Atomfall is set to fall into our hands next week on March 27th, and it's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, and PC.
Indeed, indeed. Now, if you're looking for a title in which you can hunt, shoot, survive, and build within the frozen confines of a deadly Earth, then you might like our next title, Permafrost. I personally am kind of enjoying the sun, though, to be honest.
It does sound like life in Scotland.
Yeah, it does actually.
Выживать, стрелять. Не знаю, якась катастрофа, все замерзает. Весь свет. Окей, это что-то мультиплеерное. Permafrost демку уже можно спамповать.
PC, make sure you wishlist Permafrost because it could potentially be the hottest game of the year. And yes, I'm very proud of that pun. Now, our next game is a top-down, open-world, post-apocalyptic action game in which you have to loot, fight, and survive as you build a settlement to shelter you from the horrors of the end days. This is Survive the Fall.
Survive the Fall is out for PC later this year, and let's be honest, probably good research for the next few years of life on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't know about you, mate, but I absolutely love walking. In fact, without the ability to walk, we probably wouldn't be able to do these links right now.
Oh, yes, and the minds behind indie hits Ape Out and Getting Over It have had an interesting idea for a new game.
And that idea was, what if you were so absolutely lazy that you forgot how to put one foot in front of the other?
Oh, yes, we had a special chat with the minds behind this very literal walking simulator.
This is Baby Steps.
Наступний симулятор ходьбы.
Baby Steps is a game about being a 35-year-old who lives in his parents' basement, who finds himself mysteriously transported to a mystical realm where he has to hike up a mountain in his bare feet.
It's a physics game where you control your feet directly. You have to manually take every step.
Керуйте мануально кожной ногой.
There's an arc to playing the game. You maybe for a moment you're challenged and you're sweating and you're leaning forward, and then you're leaning back and you're relaxed, and then maybe there's something kind of funny at the end of that as well. And there's kind of like a ebb and flow to the experience.
Треба прям переносить вагу.
Oh, can you not?
It's just I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it. With my, sorry,
with your foot, yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to.
You just kicked. You thought I'll give it a good kick to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult game. I think is the first thing to say. You can make it.
You're just bad.
No. You can make it difficult. So we're taking a very different approach to My Game Getting Over It, which has one path. And if you mess up, you're back to the beginning. This is not like that at all. It's really kind of achievable set of paths that are very sort of safe and more or less easy. And we're constantly tempting you off that and inviting you to try something that's a bit more difficult, but on your own terms. And if something that's optional seems like it's too hard, you just don't have to do it.
Also, just because it's an open world game, a lot of the time when you fall off something, you're falling into a part of the world you haven't been to before. We try to design the world so that when you're losing progress, you're not just back where you started. You don't have to do the same thing again. It's putting you on some other path. Okay, tree.
We've done a lot of work from an aesthetic standpoint to make it so that falling is enjoyable, so that there's rich aesthetic experiences you're having as you're sliding down a mudslide, as you're losing progress. There's cool stuff that's happening, and like there's a lot of richness in what failing feels like in the context of playing this game, and it's enjoyable. The purpose of games is not just to blindly succeed. Yeah. And part of what we're trying to do with this game is to make the process of not succeeding enjoyable.
Hopefully funny as well, yeah.
Ну і яны намагаюцца зрабіць працэс, калі ты памыляешся, так само смешным.
What did I say, an hour if you were really fast?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's actually a minute is the answer. So I should take whatever I think and just divide it by 60.
What's your time? What's your guess?
For a speed run?
Okay, wait, what are the parameters of the bet? Is this the speed run after 6 months?
After 6 months, I think they'll be doing it in 20 minutes. That will have some crazy glitches and skips. Skipless, like glitchless run, I want to say 2 hours.
I'm going to say 1 hour.
Baby Steps is coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. Give us a wish list.
І вийде у гэтым годзе.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's a wrap on FGS live from GDC for 2025.
I've been Jules.
I've been Nathan.
But I tell you what, we shouldn't go without leaving them one last present, right? We can do one last thing, right?
One more thing?
One more thing.
One more thing before we go.
One more thing before
One last thing before we hit the road.
Yeah, because I've got a psychological horror game, right? But it's set inside a manor.
Oh, Jules, I feel like I've seen it before.
Because what if I told you this manor was completely underwater?
Oh, now we're talking.
This is Dark Mass, a psychological horror game that is set to come for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's going to drop in fall 2026.
Oh, you enjoy that because we've got to get going now. We've got to walk across that. What? Yeah, they're not even paying for the taxi.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Look, I had this fight with them, but look, we better get going before it gets dark. Hurry up, it's going to take a while.
This place has been buried for centuries. Today is our chance to discover what no one else has seen.
Это место было поховано веками. Наш шанец побачить то, що ніхто не бачив. Землетрус тут все перевернув. Маєнток, це правда?
I'm hooking up the camera now. Let me know if you're getting the feed.
Behind you! There's something behind you!
За тобой щось було за тобою.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Я ніколи такого не бачила.
What was that? I think I'm not alone down here.
Я думаю, я тут не одна. Ну, это CGI, на жаль. Dark Mass. Темная масса.
I think we've unleashed the curse.
Хорроры. Все. Мы гэта зрабілі. Дзякую всем, хто тут быў. Все, я иду спать. Ну, мы пойдем у рейд, конечно же, зараз, но дзякую всем яшчэ раз. Дзякуй, Мендрик, дзякуй, Фоксі, дзякуй, Рэйвен, дзякуй, Міхай за рейд. Вось. Люсі слабак не дасидзеў з намі. Нічога, яму прабачаецца. Всё. Так, музычка. Вось. Всё, давайте. Всем добраныч. Я найду кого-нибудь. Нет, Норем, не хвалюйся. Это само по себе диво. Так, все, давайте, папа.
Я уже не помню, кто я. У твоих долонях адлюстроўвае роўня майго бездоння. Далоні штурхаюць у лоне штодня. Паволі пазбаўляюся кома ў горле. Болі патанаюць у бавоўне болі. Я нічога ўжо не помню. Далоні штурхаюць у лоне штодня. Пасажыры цягнік адпраўляецца з поўдня. Поўня паволі дарываюся да корня. Унутранаму голасу здымаючы наморднік.
Прабач, Норем, не, все, я иду спать. Дзякуй за панове. Мы идем спать.
І не можа стаць помнікам. То, што дрыжыць і не мае мяжы. І не спыніць тугой далячынь. Згублены ў начным прадонні час. Бо вада пачынае жыць. Пчала пачала паломнічаць.
О, сумна, што ў каточка інтэрнэт знік. У меня сёння таксама дрэнна працавала. Я да гэтага скончыла стрым прошлый. Мінулый. З-за гэтага. Ну зараз все вроде добра. Все, давайте, папа.